What is going on, guys? Rewinds here, and in this video I'm going to be bringing you guys the full spoilers for Boruto Manga chapter 78. So I did say this video was going to come out sometime within a day or two after those initial spoilers I posted. So here we are, and it seems like the full spoilers are apparently pretty long in length this time. We have 6 different parts posted here by Abdul Zoldik. Shout out to him for that, and the other translator Rocha Luana as well. But I'm expecting this video to be a long one. I have not read a single word really of what any of the events are saying here that he's posted, so we'll be reacting to this together as well. So let's start with part 1 in the beginning of the chapter. So, Boruto chapter 78 summary. The chapter title is going to be either Big Idiot or You Bloody Idiot. And it says Kawaki starts to move. Meanwhile, Boruto. And it says, the chapter begins with a shocked Shikamaru worried about Naruto's chakra suddenly disappearing. The sensory team reports that the cause of this disappearance is uncertain, and that in addition, Hinata's chakra is also missing. Shikamaru reflects on whether this could be something Code could have done, which, is a good assumption, because Code is probably enemy number 1, but at the same time, you gotta consider all your options. In another moment, we can see Himawari reaching home and looking for her father and mother, calling for them. At this point, she still doesn't have an understanding for what happened, but seems to be scared by arriving home and having other people inside, as well as a broken picture frame. So this is going to be a pretty sad looking panel. I'm glad they included this because it's important to show her reaction as well to, her father and mother missing. The scene changes to where Boruto, Sarada, Ida, and Sumire are now. They already start talking about Kawaki, where Shikamaru says that he believes Kawaki wouldn't do anything to hurt Naruto, and asks Ida if there's anything about it that she could have seen. The frame is focused on Ida's left eye, which is quite a beautiful image to look at. By the way her eye is highlighted, meaning that she has started looking for information regarding this subject, she replies without a shadow of a doubt and quite clearly that Kawaki was responsible for this. Boruto is surprised that even his mother was involved in this. Shikamaru seems to get more and more irritated at how things are going. He wants to know where Kawaki is, but Ida says it's kinda hard to track even with her Senrigan. It's like physically he's invisible. Boruto loses patience and runs out of the room, going after Kawaki. Sarada calls out to Boruto, but he doesn't stop running away. Sumire looks at his figure as he disappears up the stairs. We have one more focus on Ida's eyes, showing something like a waning moon, and around the blackened part, white dots that look more like stars. Ida then begins to have a visualization of Kawaki's back, sitting in a chair. As the scenes go by, she completely visualizes the scene of Kawaki and Naruto's conversation in the Hokage's house, where they had that conversation in the previous chapter. It is shown how her power works. It is as if she herself were present in the scene. I think that's a cool point of view kind of thing that they're showing here in that page of the chapter. Cool little thing, and also as it pertains to the other events, we know stuff is about to get pretty hectic. So let's talk about part 2 over here now. So, pretty much referring to Ida again, she was able to visualize the whole conversation. This time now both her eyes are shown. One of them looks like the starry night sky, and the other, the sclera, is white. Ida then tells Sumire and Sarada that based on what she just saw from the previous scenes, Kawaki's probably planning to kill again. Sarada shows a confused face while Sumire shows a worried expression. And context is, it's coming up actually. Sarada says, kill? Once again? What do you mean to do that? Once again? Sumire is like super worried, and touches her arm as an offer of empathy. Sarada says, "You talk as if the one who killed before was Kawaki too. Wasn't Boruto defeated by code? What do you mean?" So now the secret's out of the bag, and now that Sarada knows as well as Sumire, it's only a matter of time till everybody else learns of what's happening soon too. So then, Shikamaru then says decisively that Kawaki was directly responsible, but Boruto was aware of this as he knew he could be a threat to everyone because of Momoshiki's presence, and that now Kawaki is probably intending to do the same thing as before, based on that same assumption. So, we've definitely had that build up to, for a while now, Kawaki hating the karma, and then the karma, stems from Otsutsuki's, and then we've seen, especially since chapter 75, that Kawaki really, really hates the Otsutsukis, so he wants them to go, and even if that means killing Boruto, he will do so, because that's just how much of a threat he sees them as to people he cares about the most, such as Naruto. So, Kawaki's gonna try doing what he feels like he's got to do. Sarada makes a scared expression and immediately tries to run to where they could be. Sumire tries to stop her and asks her not to go as it is dangerous. Shikamaru says the same thing and warns her of the danger that Kawaki may pose now. That is not possible, for now, for them to have a proper conversation with Kawaki. Sarada stops at the door and says, "When I find out that Boruto had died, it was when he had already come back to life. I didn't find out, not that he was going through so much trouble. And if I had known this sooner, I wouldn't be sitting here." So, this just shows you, how much he cares for Boruto. And she has a line later coming up too about, what kind of Hokage would she be down the line if she doesn't do something about the situation. Which, makes great sense for her character. But unfortunately, power-wise, she's not really in the same realm as Boruto and Kawaki at the moment. So that's a yikes for her. But maybe that'll change down the line somehow. We'll find out. Honestly, we really could even see Sarada awaken her Mangekyo Sharingan before the time skip. It really could happen because some stuff that's coming up later here in just a second. Anyway, moving on to this last paragraph here. After saying that, she leaves the room running, not caring about Sumire, and Shikamaru continue to call her incessantly. Boruto goes to where the Hokage statue faces are, and suddenly he begins to get swallowed by a vortex. Luckily, Boruto manages to absorb the vortex just in time using his karma. So that concludes part 2. Let's go to part 3 over here. So, it says, Kawaki then says that he was waiting for the time when Boruto came home so he could meet him. They are at a certain distance from each other, just like we had in that time skip image. Ooh, okay, that's kinda cool. The difference is that in the time skip image released in chapter 1, they are literally on top of Naruto's face, which is destroyed. Already in that chapter, they are next to the monument of Naruto's head. So, cool little foreshadowing there of what's to come. Kawaki raises his hand slowly, fingers slightly relax. Those cubes that Ishiki used before, using Daikokuten, Kawaki is also using. As soon as he raised his hands, a cube started to emerge from his hands, his hand first in a small shape, but then suddenly the cubes were about a meter long. So if you guys remember, this is that Ishiki ability. It says hovering next to Boruto. Kawaki says, Daikokuten. I'm pretty sure in, the Viz translations that's like Suki Yona. I forgot how to say it, but I know it starts with the S. I always mess up that name somehow, but that's what that's referring to. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. So, but anyway, saying Daikokuten, it is a divine art that takes out things from another dimension where time has stopped there. Naruto is in that place. So that confirms for some of these people that have been out there complaining that, oh, this is bad writing to send Naruto to a world where how is he even going to get food, and all this and that, and some people, really wanted him to train, which I think would have been cool, and I'm sure he really could have figured out something for food if, depending on what dimension they sent him to. But this confirms that in the dimension Naruto is in right now, time has stopped, and so him and Hinata are both technically frozen at the moment. Boruto makes a scared face and says, "What?" And Kawaki replies that he has nothing to worry about, because the two, Naruto and Hinata, are safe, and that while they are in the dimension, they will not age or starve. Boom, there you guys go. However, Kawaki assures that Boruto will never see them again. Right after that, 3 cubes floated towards Boruto, and Kawaki unexpectedly dropped them on top of Boruto. He managed to dodge them. A body fight then ensued. So Boruto versus Kawaki has begun to an extent. And it's unfortunate, Kawaki's assuring Boruto he'll never see them again. Just shows you how serious he is about killing him. Up until a certain point, Boruto was just defending himself and dodging attacks. He kept trying to understand why Kawaki was acting like that. Kawaki replies, "Because you are an Otsutsuki, Boruto. You need another reason?" Still, Boruto keeps urging him to reconsider and stop it, knowing that people would soon arrive there. Even with Boruto asking him to stop, Kawaki once again proves himself irreducible and goes all out again on Boruto, who until then has only defended himself without attacking back. Boruto then emerges from Kawaki's attack with his karma activated. Boruto says, "You big idiot." Apparently it's no use just saying it with words. The big idiot is a reference to the title of the chapter. Kawaki says, "That goes for you too, brother." The scene changes to Sai and Amado. Amado seems to be in disbelief of the things that Kawaki has been up to. They comment on Kawaki not being willing to listen, as well as talking about the Sukuna Hikona making it even harder to restrain Kawaki. Oh, okay, so maybe going back up top here, is this the page? Yeah, the Daikokuten might be a different ability then, because they're mentioning the Sukuna Hikona here. That might actually be the ability where he shrinks himself, I believe, with the eye. Let me know if those two are the same ones though. But yeah. Where was I? So, I'm going to start from here again. They comment on Kawaki not being willing to listen, as well as talking about the Sukuna Hikona making it even harder to restrain Kawaki. With all of that, Sai talks about not ruling out resorting to the worst scenario, which we really could get. Me personally, I really have a feeling we are at least going to get one body drop by the time this arc is done, whether that be someone who's a new character, an older character, or, just a surprise death. I really wouldn't be surprised if we get something thrown in there. So, part 4. The fight between Boruto and Kawaki rages on as Boruto launches a lightning attack at Kawaki. Kawaki dodges the attack by becoming smaller and then appearing next to Boruto, proceeding to kick Boruto in the face. As Kawaki is about to land his next attack, Sarada appears standing on top of one of the Hokage's faces. Sarada proceeds to talk Kawaki out of his rampage and asking what is wrong with him. Kawaki responds to Sarada in a very serious manner and telling Sarada, "I won't say this again. Disturb me and you will die." Sarada is almost astounded by Kawaki's behavior. Boruto, on the other hand, suggests to Sarada that she should run away as Kawaki is beyond reason. Sarada, upon hearing that, proceeds to slide down the rock and stands face to face with Kawaki. Sarada stands in front of Boruto as if she'll fight to protect him. Sarada says, "With you acting this way, I can't let this go. For being a shinobi who aspires to be the Hokage." So again, I appreciate what she stands for, but she is pretty outclassed here at the moment. We get a low panel shot of Kawaki slowing walking towards Sarada and saying, "As expected, you ninjas are destined to die early." As Kawaki finishes the sentence, he makes his prosthetic arm into a blade-like weapon. As Kawaki is about to attack / Sarada, Boruto jumps in, saving Sarada, but in the process, gets his right eye slashed by Kawaki's blade. Sarada says, "Boruto, your eye. Boruto doesn't seem to care about his eye, but instead urges Sarada to just run away, as he believes that Kawaki is very serious about killing anyone who gets in his way. So here's the infamous moment of Boruto getting his scar. Everybody's wondered for so long how he was going to get it, and it seems like it's from Kawaki. I personally thought it was going to be from Code, but the way it happened here I think is pretty fitting, and I don't have a problem with it. So I guess Boruto's joining the club with Sasuke now, the One Eye Club, at least at the moment. We do know that, post-time skip, Boruto has two eyes because he activated the right one in episode 1 and chapter 1 as well. But for the moment, I think we can say he has one eye, like Sasuke. But maybe post-time skip or maybe in a few chapters that'll change. Sarada seems to be more concerned about Boruto as he just suffered a massive injury. Kawaki doesn't seem to be fazed by what he just did to Boruto and proceeds to ask her to not get in his way. Right then, Mitsuki's long stretchy arms grab a hold of Kawaki's left arm and Shikamaru using shadow paralysis jutsu to halt Kawaki's movements. Shikamaru says, "Kawaki, that's enough." Shikamaru proceeds to thank Mitsuki for stopping his Kawaki's hand movement. Mitsuki then says that he will not allow Kawaki to absorb Shikamaru's shadow paralysis jutsu through karma. Mitsuki says, "I won't let go of this hand even if I die." So, one more thing that's not... Oh, okay, actually, it is mentioned here, so we'll get to it. We then see a surprise appearance by the one and only Sasuke Uchiha, who immediately proceeds to hold his sword against Kawaki's neck and says, "Kawaki, it's over. I don't want that. Yet, if you try to resist, I will have no choice but to kill you." Sarada is surprised to see her dad make an appearance, but more glad that he did. Konohamaru descends down and tries to lift Boruto up. So yeah, I was just going to mention that when Mitsuki and Shikamaru pulled up in the leaked images we had earlier, Konohamaru pulled up with them. But, I mean, he didn't do, a paralysis attack or grab him like Mitsuki did. But he is there, so it seems like he is helping Boruto up at the moment, while Sasuke is on Kawaki. And if you guys haven't seen the panel yet of Sasuke pulling up on Kawaki with the sword, it's a pretty cold panel. I definitely recommend checking it out, even if you're one of those people that normally doesn't look at panels till the full chapter's out. I recommend checking it out. But yeah, part number 5. One more to go after part 5, and then that'll cover the full chapter. As Shikamaru has Kawaki's movements halted, he proceeds to ask Kawaki as to why he's doing all of this. He wants to know what he did to Naruto and Hinata. Kawaki answers Shikamaru's questions by saying that he did what was necessary for the sake of the village and Lord 7th. Kawaki and Shikamaru's conversation ends with Kawaki saying that he's not expecting Shikamaru to understand his reasoning, and neither is Kawaki looking for his approval. Even Shikamaru, upon hearing this, believes that there is no saving Kawaki. We then get a panel of Boruto with his right eye slowly opening and revealing the Byakugan, implying that Momoshiki has taken control. Oh boy. Everyone begins to release a shift in Boruto, with Kawaki being the most surprised. "You bastard, Momoshiki." Momoshiki Boruto places his hand, aiming it towards Kawaki, and begins to absorb Shikamaru's shadow paralysis jutsu. Shikamaru's shadow paralysis link with Kawaki breaks, and Sasuke is still seen to be holding his sword against Kawaki's neck. Right then, Kawaki disappears in front of everyone's eyes and lands at another Hokage's head, away from everyone, but still visible to the eye. Sasuke is shocked, and so is Kawaki. Momoshiki says to Kawaki, "You want to kill me, don't you? Well, then you shouldn't be here." Kawaki is perplexed and asks Momoshiki what exactly he means by that and why did he help him. I think that's a good question by Kawaki, and of course Momoshiki is out, and this is looking really bad for the rest of the people in the village right now. Some people are actually for whatever reason, some people are really hoping that they actually see Sasuke die in one of these recent chapters soon. Part of me is personally worried for him because it may really happen, especially now when Momoshiki back in control, and then who knows what Kawaki's gonna do, and then Code could pop up at any moment too. You know, Sasuke's in big danger right now. He really is. There's three possible threats at the moment, and I know people aren't gonna be happy most likely if he goes out at all. There's always that crowd that won't, but there's also the bunch of Tobiramas that want to see him die. So there's that crowd as well. But me personally, I think if he goes out, it shouldn't be yet. I think it should be later if they have to go down that route. I personally hope he makes it through, but if he goes out, I want him to go out in a great way. That's my thoughts on that. So, moving on. Momoshiki does not answer Kawaki's question, but instead tells Kawaki, "You are surrounded by enemies, Kawaki. Get out of here. Are you really going to throw away your best opportunity?" Kawaki says, "What do you want, you bastard? Why are you saving or helping me?" So, maybe this kind of goes back to the whole other way, I guess, with how Code is technically trying to get like the chakra fruit, right, to follow the Otsutsuki way. Momoshiki, I guess, could be technically trying to do the same with Kawaki, right? I think that's just a possibility. I think that would make most sense. Because although Kawaki isn't, 100% Otsutsuki like Boruto is, his body has definitely taken changes from karma as well. So I'm thinking that's just a possible idea of where they're going with this. Mitsuki extends his arms, aiming directly for Kawaki, hoping to catch him, but Kawaki shrinks himself and disappears completely. Shikamaru thinks quickly on his feet and reaches the conclusion that Kawaki will be easy to track as he has been using a lot of chakra, therefore he won't be able to stay shrunken forever. He immediately commands the surrounding Jonin to scatter and look for Kawaki. Meanwhile, Boruto and Momoshiki standing stagnant, Sasuke proceeds to look towards Boruto's direction and thinks internally, "I don't get it. What are his intentions or plans?" So, great question by Sasuke. My guess could be right, but maybe there's flaws in my guess. What do you guys think Momoshiki's up to exactly? Last part over here now. Boruto's right eye proceeds to shut and he slowly begins to fall down, but Konohamaru holds Boruto up. We then see Boruto's left eye open, revealing that Momoshiki is no longer in control and Boruto is back as himself. Interesting. So Momoshiki took control for a moment there. It is going to be interesting to see what Momoshiki's reasonings are down the line, and it's also going to be interesting to see how Boruto keeps reacting to all of this. But these next few chapters I think are going to be kind of crazy. Konohamaru checks up on Boruto. "Hey Boruto, hang in there." Sarada also begins to converse with Boruto. "I'm so sorry, Boruto. All this because of me." Boruto responds with, "It's not your fault, Sarada. It's all from that big idiot and stubborn." Mitsuki says, "Ah, it really is." Mitsuki gives Boruto a dead stare and subtly agrees with him. But he is thinking of something internally, almost as if he is confused as to what just happened. Mitsuki might really be thinking about his sage powers and how normally he's, at least in the anime, told not to use them because of the toll his body takes. So that's why he doesn't use it super frequently. But, maybe he's thinking he doesn't really care right now and he's about to go for Kawaki. I think next chapter may really be the one where we have that chase down of Sarada, Mitsuki, and Shikadai, Chocho, Inojin, all after Kawaki. I think that would make sense to happen either in chapter 79 or chapter 80. So pretty much to wrap up the chapter, the author comment is there's no turning back. The moment Momoshiki informed him that he will lose everything is now approaching. The last page, Boruto then sees Momoshiki standing to his right hand side. Momoshiki proceeds to say, "You lost it, little boy. The blue eye." He further adds, I imagine you are already aware, but this is just the beginning. From now on, you will start to lose everything in a blink of an eye. There is no stopping the flow anymore. Momoshiki's apparition begins to disappear, but before leaving, he says to Boruto, the end has already started / begun. And the chapter ends there. In classic fashion, with Momoshiki leaving us on a little cliffhanger like that, saying, always talking about Boruto's eye and how now this could indicate, more so the end and, a lot of disaster to come for him. So, just based off what he's seeing, unless Momoshiki is a grade A capper, I think Momoshiki may really be onto something. And like I said, I think in a chapter or two, we really may start seeing some bodies to drop more. I really think so. I don't think they're going to go necessarily on a super big killing spree, but you never know. I don't want to completely rule it out. I will be a little surprised, though, that if they don't kill somebody off in, the remainder of the arc with however much they decide to do for it. I still don't know, and we still don't know, actually, if Code is even going to attack this arc, or if that's going to be a post-time skip thing, or what exactly is going to happen. But Momoshiki's still a threat to deal with. They still definitely got to find Kawaki. The arc is definitely not ending before that. And we'll see if Code interferes again, too. But that's going to wrap up this one. If you guys did enjoy the full spoilers, be sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you guys are new. I always try my best to stay on top of the Boruto spoilers as quick as I can. And aside from that, let me know what your thoughts are on these spoilers. Are you feeling them? Are you not liking them? What are some questions or theories you may have? Let me know. But hope you guys have a good day or night whenever you guys are watching this video. I'm Rewinds, and I'm out.